Guys, deluded Kuna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante, I'm back again. I'm so sure you've all seen the reports of we've been linked with hella players, and some have been underwhelming, and I'm not here to pass judgment on any players, but we've been linked with Marouane Fellaini of Manchester United. Some might point to that being underwhelming. Surprisingly, some have pointed to that being positive. We don't know if it's true. For what it's worth, I have seen a lot of reports saying Arsenal are interested, and Unai Emery's held talks with him and wanted him at PSG and all of these things. But I've also seen of late we're not prioritising that a big chunk of our money. I think it was the Daily Mirror people or the Daily Mail. Don't not the Daily Mail, the Standard or something. Don't quote me. I don't remember, but apparently we're trying to allocate a large portion of our transfer fee or budget, better yet, to securing Aaron Ramsey's future, because we could be looking at 200k, maybe even more, for him to commit his future at the club. So you could say that's a smart angle. So on the basis of Fellaini, we might as well humour ourselves. Now, what, he's 30 years of age. Fellaini, there's been talk for a while, will he, won't he, at United, sign a new deal? United fans, you know better than me what's been going on that front. Allegedly, there's an offer. Jose likes him. He's very much one of Jose's trusted side soldier sort of things, if you get what I mean. Even when Fellaini, I swear there was one game he got subbed and then subbed back off, and there was a game a couple seasons ago, you can see the penalty, Jose stuck by him and them things there. Obviously, it's a banter, but at times he's been someone that United have relied on to make the difference. He scored some vital goals in the FA Cup, and United fans, again, whatever you say about the guy, there's been times where he's done, there's more examples, on that front. So yeah, he's got to look, for me, firstly, if I'm Fellaini as non-biased, the first thing I look at is I'm 30 years of age. I can understand the stalling for either committing a new deal at United or other interests, because you obviously, probably at Ramsey's age, I said this, that when I say this about Ramsey, but it's one last quality contract. But Fellaini's at a good time. It's a World Cup now. Probably be his last. Wishful thinking to think the next thing. China seems to be booming, and these things, you can get a payday. You can get a payday in several countries. If you want to play in Europe, you need to think about the last quality contract. You're getting a quality contract because your career is going to be ended soon. Hopefully he's got some businesses set up or some other interest, because you're not going to get bread like that again. So he's got a lot to think about, and you can understand the indifferentness or just stalling over any offer. Apparently PSG wanted him. He wants a $5 million a year contract after tax with a huge signing on bonus. That's what all in the nose apparently are saying. So you probably would look at similar for the other clubs he's linked with, like AC Milan. Where I'm a bit dodgy in that is that Arsenal, okay, there's a lot of problems. If we're going to commit, like I've just said, a large portion of our transfer budget to committing Aaron Ramsey's future, and we're looking at increasing his contract significantly, and there's already need for defensive mids and all sorts, and players need to move on. It doesn't make sense to take the chance on Fellaini, as decent as he as a player, some would say, to give this 30-year-old what could probably be 80k a week plus. It would not make any sense, especially if you're going to commit. You got Jack Wilshere, will he, won't he, and all of these things. So I'm a bit pessimistic on that front. Even Juventus has been linked with him. I'm a bit pessimistic as to believe this, but you never know in football. Allegedly, the interest is genuine. While he's not a priority, it's genuine. So we don't know what we're getting. Fellaini, I must admit, he does a number of centre mid jobs, but what actually is he if we were to get him? Again, I'm at the point, there's no point slewing the man and all of these things. Of course, I wouldn't want it to happen, but it wouldn't be the end of the world, to be fair, man. And at the same time, the interest, allegedly, it is genuine, and I believe to a degree it actually might be, to be fair. But it could be his agent trying to get United to pressure them or whatever. I think United sensibly have probably got to the point where they're saying take it or leave it, because at the time period we're in now, and you're seeing them linked with Fred in that. But he could be saying, well, X, Y, and Z want to sign my client, so you don't need to up your offer. I don't know on that front. So yeah, man, it also wouldn't make sense because he's 30 years of age. When you consider what Ozil's getting on a bit on that front, and I say that lightly, obviously there's a number of seasons left. Koscielny's getting on. There's a lot of people that are going to be needed to move on, and when you consider they're on good contract, Mkhitaryan's even of the same age, in a couple years or a few years, and I say loosely, I say the term. So it doesn't make sense to add Fellaini to that mix, and for Arsenal that care about budget and self-sufficiency and all of these things, it doesn't make sense. But anything can happen in football. Like I said, for what it's worth, it probably won't happen, but I'm not in the know, so it could come back to bite me saying that. So if it happens, it happens. But yeah, man, he's a free agent. I mean, how do you consider a free agent? Yeah, there's no transfer fee, but when you consider the outlay, it really isn't a free transfer. Even when I saw Palace, someone broke down the figures on Twitter. If Palace were to get Jack Wilshere, it totals up to about 34 million. If I'm Palace, I'd probably still do it, but it's a bit mad. It's not exactly a free transfer, is it? Even Mkhitaryan, we got him for free, and Alexis went for free to United, but these are not really free transfers. But that's for another day, man. Guys, deluded. I'm out.